because I use some of those other services, I'll get that later. It makes me it makes me more confident in the fact that I have this relationship with this PR person than just relying.
It's more immediate and more
Absolutely.
direct. What about video? Does video play a part in what you pay attention to when you receive news information?
It certainly helps, especially if it's a new device or it's something that's demonstrating software, which obviously falls into my area, or a game trailer for video, that kind of thing. Having that asset available, and having it available on the front end. Stan, here's the news. Here are the assets, and here's the link to the FTP site where you can bring down the video and post it in your blog. Having all that there really makes me be able to do my job all the more faster, all the much more efficient.
Okay, so we've got speed, efficiency, and I think that plays into the direct connection.
Absolutely.
So if let's say I'm a public relations representative, either at an agency or within a company in particular, and I want to communicate with you, and I've never done that before. I mean, how do I approach developing that relationship?
I've connected with people through all kinds of different ways. I'll get cold called, I'll get the email solicitation, I'll get pinged over Twitter, I'll get a Facebook request. If that PR person is representing a company that is relevant to what I do, that connection is going to happen regardless of the mechanism. If it's not, and this is a problem that still happens on a somewhat frequent basis, is that you just get a completely untargeted connection where someone's pitching you something, and I'm like, well, I don't cover this, I don't write about this, let me put you in touch with the person.
Right. Why are you sending me toothpaste? I deal with technology.
Right. And frankly, it doesn't inspire all that much confidence in the representative, because that's a question they could have had for the switchboard operator, or if they'd have visited our website and looked at who covers what. I mean, we list that all on our website.
So I mean, your publication covers a lot of areas. The Journal Sentinel covers a lot of areas. So I imagine you get some people who know and a lot of people who don't know. You're kind of dealing with a larger demographic there.
Absolutely, and you can tell the folks who have done their homework and who haven't. And it's all for what we're doing in the newsroom right now. It's all about speed and efficiency. I mean, we have a lot to do, and anyone who can help us do our jobs faster and more efficient is, it's certainly going to help get them positioned in the publication. And that's not because we like them better or anything like that. It's about, it's all about production, and it's about serving the readers.
Excellent point. One thing that I've often heard, and I think this is something that's taught to people aspiring to be public relations professionals, is that when you prepare a press release, you should really present a story within the press release that almost attempts to write the article for you. Does that hold water for you?
Typically, and this answer would probably depend on who you're speaking with. I'm very much, give me the information. If someone has a narrative in mind per se, that might not be, that might actually get in the way or slow the creation of the story that I might have, looking at that information from a different way.
Okay.
Certainly sometimes we're looking, reporters are looking for people to be representative, for real life people to be representative of that news, and there are obviously different ways of making that happen, but your questions. It's a good question, because a lot of people, and I think I fall into this category. Give me the information, give me the news, give me the relevance. As far as where you think the story might be going, but don't try to write the story for me.
Right. Don't have a bias on it. You're the reporter. Your job is to present the facts in a meaningful way. Okay.
I mean, that said, we are, everyone in the newsroom is a professional, so we're going to be able to sort through the pitched narrative, and we will get there. I mean, it's not going to break, it's not, attempting to tell a story in a press release certainly isn't going to break the news, or, but it certainly can potentially slow us down as we're trying to sort through all of the stuff that's coming in. I guess that's really what I'm saying, is that, speed and efficiency.
Got it. Let's talk a little bit about experts. Do you seek them out? How do you know who's an expert in a particular field, or is that something that you just kind of look online for among your online, friends?
I think that answer to this question will vary depending on the time that reporter has had covering a particular field. I've been covering technology for almost 12 years, so I've had the opportunity to go to a lot of trade shows and make a lot of connections and just talk to a lot of people to build an expert database that I feel pretty confident in. And if I come across an issue that I'm writing about that I'm not sure whether this particular expert that I know is the right person, I trust my group of sources to point me in the right direction, right? So if I need to talk to someone in educational games and I don't really know anyone in that particular area, I know people who build. I may know people who build first-person shooters, or I may know people at the University of Wisconsin who develop game, or MATC's game program that develop other types of games. Hey, do you know anyone who develops educational games? I can trust that network to make that happen. I don't find experts by doing like a straight-up Google search or anything like that. I think that's.
How do you use Google, by the way? When you do.
Looking for the official websites of companies or products that I'm seeking out, organizations, that kind of thing. I like to go to the source. I really like to go to the official sources where I can then find that company's about us, where I can look through their press releases, where I can find their press contact. And this may sound a little old-fashioned, I don't know, but and I like to make that phone call to the PR manager or to the director of public relations of that particular company or the marketing manager of that product, introduce myself if I don't have that relationship with them, and begin building that relationship.
Speed, efficiency, be available,
Absolutely.
And be easily found.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's also those are good points. Let's see here. This is good stuff. So, looking forward, and I think we're I'm getting a lot of great stuff from you. It's very concise, so I think we can probably just try and encapsulate a little bit.
Sure.
Looking ahead, a year ago, we were teaching people how to use Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
This year, we've got games like Foursquare, where it's built on a Twitter platform. What are you seeing coming down the road in terms of online media and what you think you may be paying attention to? In a couple of different ways. One, is there anything that's sort of emerging to be useful to you in your news gathering? And number two, is there anything that we should be paying attention to as consumers?
I think that, and this is partly just inspired by part of this answer is inspired just by some of the technology and that I'm seeing emerge, and just the rapid growth and adoption of this along mainstream consumer base is the mobile platform. And I think that that's where I see, all kinds of opportunities for publications like us to not only get our content out onto those platforms and promote our content on those platforms, but also gather information about our readers through that platform. And whether that's, I don't know if I want to mention it because this is a little side project that I've been pitching at the paper, but
pitch.
We'll
send this to the paper.
Right. Something that, a feature on our website that would allow us to kind of bring in the metrics of people using those mobile social networks built on Twitter platform like Foursquare, like Gowalla, that would let visitors to our website see where people are checking in real time. I mean, where are the hot places in Milwaukee? The hot places are where people are at, where the outgoing, socially networked people are going, and what better mechanism than to tap into the resources that they're using and leverage that for our information gathering purposes at the newspaper.